Welcome back to Coins Numismatic Series, your go-to channel for all things numismatics. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating aspects of coin collecting. In this video, we'll explore 3 of the rarest Washington quarters. If you love rare coins, stay tuned. 1993. Washington Quarter Dollar with mint mark P and fine condition. The 1993 P Washington Quarter may not immediately strike collectors as rare, but certain conditions and errors make it highly desirable in the numismatic world. This quarter was minted in Philadelphia, bearing the P mint mark on the obverse. While billions of Washington quarters have been produced, finding a 1993 P in high-grade fine condition or with errors is quite difficult. Historically, the 1993 P quarter falls within the era of the modern-clad coinage, a period when the U.S. Mint was mass-producing coins primarily for circulation. These coins were struck using a copper-nickel-clad composition designed to be more durable and cost-effective than their silver predecessor. By 1993, the Washington Quarter had already undergone several design refinements, but the core elements remained unchanged. George Washington's portrait on the obverse and the heraldic eagle on the reverse. One of the primary reasons collectors seek out the 1993 P quarter in fine or uncirculated condition is due to its low survival rate. Most of these quarters were used in everyday transactions, suffering wear and tear over time. Finding one with full details on Washington's hair, crisp lettering, and a clean eagle on the reverse is becoming increasingly difficult. Mintage figures for the 1993 P Washington Quarter were relatively high, with over 639 million pieces struck. However, sheer numbers don't always determine rarity. In the case of the 1993 P Quarter, high-quality specimens, graded MS65 or higher, are hard to find, leading to premium values in the collector's market. When it comes to errors, a few noteworthy varieties exist. Some 1993 P quarters exhibit die cracks, where imperfections in the minting die create raised lines on the coin's surface. Off-center strikes and misaligned dies are also occasionally found, which can significantly increase the coin's value. Another rare error includes missing clad layers, where the outer nickel coating is absent, exposing the copper core. These errors can make a standard quarter worth tens or even hundreds of dollars. Market value for a circulated 1993 P quarter remains modest, often ranging between 25 cents and a few dollars, depending on condition. However, in mint state grades, values can rise significantly. A well-preserved 1993 P quarter in MS65 or higher can sell for $20 to $50, with exceptionally rare examples fetching even more at auction. Error coins, particularly those with missing clad layers or dramatic misalignments, have been known to sell for hundreds of dollars. Collector interest in the 1993 P quarter remains steady, particularly among those building complete date and mint mark sets. Because finding a pristine example is challenging, collectors often pay a premium for high-grade pieces. As more circulated coins wear down, the value of well-preserved specimens will likely increase over time. If you have a 1993 P Washington Quarter, take a close look. Checking for errors, condition, and sharp details could mean the difference between a common pocket change find and a valuable collector's item. The 1996 D Washington Quarter is a coin that may seem common at first glance, but certain factors, including condition, errors, and collector demand, have made specific examples highly desirable in numismatics. Minted in Denver, the D mint mark can be found on the obverse, just to the right of George Washington's ponytail. While billions of Washington quarters have been produced over the years, high-quality 1996 D quarters in fine or uncirculated condition, especially with unique errors, have attracted significant collector interest. The 1996 D Washington Quarter belongs to the modern clad series, which began in 1965 when the U.S. Mint transitioned away from 90% silver coinage. By 1996, the Washington Quarter had already seen over 60 years of production, making it one of the longest-running designs in U.S. coinage history. However, the mid-1990s were a transitional period for the quarter, as the U.S. Mint was preparing to introduce the 50 state quarters program in 1999. At this time, quarters were heavily circulated, playing a vital role in everyday transactions. Unlike commemorative or proof issues, the standard business strike quarters of 1996 were mass-produced for widespread use, meaning most of them suffered significant wear over time. As a result, Finding high-quality 1996 D quarters with sharp details, strong luster, and minimal wear is becoming increasingly difficult. The obverse of the 1996 D quarter features the classic portrait of George Washington, originally designed by John Flanagan in 1932. This design had been used for decades, though minor refinements were made over the years to improve the coin's overall strike quality. Washington's bust faces left, with the word "Liberty" inscribed above, and the motto, "In God We Trust," positioned to the left. The date, 1996, is located at the bottom, and the Denver Mint's D mint mark appears near Washington's ponytail. The reverse of the coin showcases the iconic heraldic eagle, a design also by Flanagan. The eagle stands with outstretched wings, clutching a bundle of arrows in its talons, with two olive branches below, symbolizing both strength and peace. The inscriptions "United States of America" and "E Pluribus Unum" appear above, while "Quarter Dollar" is written at the bottom. This classic design would soon be retired in 1999 with the introduction of the State Quarters program. The Denver Mint struck approximately 906,868,000 Washington quarters in 1996, making this a widely available coin. However, while the total mintage is high, the true challenge comes in finding specimens that have been well preserved. Most 1996 D quarters entered circulation and saw extensive use, leading to wear on Washington's hair, facial details, and the eagle's feathers. In fine F12 condition, a 1996 D quarter is still considered a common coin, but in mint state MS65 and above, it becomes significantly harder to find. High-grade examples with full mint luster and sharp details are sought after by collectors trying to complete high-quality Washington quarter sets. The value of a 1996 D quarter largely depends on its condition. Circulated condition, fine to very fine, 25 to 50 cents, extremely fine, XF40 to XF45, $1 to $3. Uncirculated, MS60 to MS64, $5 to $10 mint state, MS65 and higher, $20 to $50 plus. Special error varieties can range from $50 to several $100s, although the standard 1996 D quarter in circulated condition holds little numismatic premium over face value. High-grade examples and rare errors can command significantly higher prices. While the 1996 D quarter doesn't have a widely known rare die variety like some earlier Washington quarters, there are a few key errors that have been discovered. Off-center strikes. Some 1996 D quarters have been found with off-center errors, where the design is shifted due to misalignment during the striking process. Depending on the degree of misalignment, e.g. 10% to 50% off-center, these errors can fetch anywhere from $50 to $200. Clad layer missing. Occasionally, a 1996 D quarter may be missing its outer nickel layer, revealing the copper core beneath. These errors are particularly eye-catching and can bring in well over $100, depending on the extent of the missing clad layer. Double die obverse. While not common, some 1996 D quarters exhibit slight doubling on the obverse lettering, particularly in Liberty or the date. If dramatic enough, these can sell for $50 to $150. BIE die break. This error occurs when a small die crack forms between the letters B and E in Liberty. These small die breaks are more of a curiosity, but can still add collector value. The 1996 D quarter holds moderate interest among collectors, especially those building complete date and mint mark sets. While not considered an ultra-rare key date, it becomes a challenge to find in higher mint state grades due to the circulation wear most of these coins endured. Some collectors focus on Washington quarters from the 1990s as part of a larger set, while others seek out error coins to add uniqueness to their collections. The presence of minting errors significantly increases collector demand, particularly for well-defined off-center strikes or missing clad layers. If you have a 1996 D Washington quarter, check its condition carefully. While circulated examples are common, finding one in uncirculated condition or with an error can make it far more valuable. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual collector, the 1996 D quarter serves as a reminder that even modern coins can hold hidden treasures. 1998 Washington Quarter Dollar with mint mark P and fine condition. The 1998 Washington Quarter is one of the last standard-issue quarters before the launch of the famous 50-state quarters program in 1999. While at first glance it may seem like an ordinary coin, its condition, errors, and collector interest can make certain examples highly valuable. Minted in Philadelphia, this quarter bears the P mint mark and, in fine or uncirculated condition, can command attention in numismatic circles. The 1998 Washington Quarter represents the final years of the classic heraldic eagle design, which had been in use since 1932. This was a time of transition in U.S. coinage, as the mint was preparing for a new era of circulating commemorative quarters. The Washington Quarter had been a staple of American currency for over 6 decades. But by 1998, anticipation was building for the upcoming 50-state quarters series. During the late 1990s, the U.S. Mint was focused on maintaining high production numbers, ensuring enough quarters were in circulation for everyday use. However, the excitement surrounding the upcoming state quarter designs meant that many collectors began hoarding 1998 quarters, particularly in higher grades, as a way to complete full-date collections before the design changed. The obverse of the 1998 quarter features the well-known portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan in 1932. Washington is shown facing left, with Liberty inscribed above his head and the motto, "In God We Trust," positioned to the left. The date, 1998, appears at the bottom, while the P mint mark, indicating Philadelphia, is located near Washington's ponytail. The reverse showcases the classic heraldic eagle, standing proudly with its wings spread wide. The eagle clutches a bundle of arrows in its talons, symbolizing military readiness, while olive branches below represent peace. The inscriptions, "United States of America" and "E pluribus unum" are positioned above the eagle, with quarter dollar appearing at the bottom. This design had been used for decades and would soon be retired in favor of the rotating state-themed designs. The Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 896,268,000 Washington quarters in 1998, making this a high mintage coin. While this number suggests that the 1998 quarter is common, finding one in high-grade fine or uncirculated condition is more challenging than it seems. Many of these quarters entered circulation immediately and were used heavily in everyday transactions. As a result, most 1998 quarters show significant wear, with Washington's hair details becoming weak and the eagle's feathers losing definition. High-quality examples, graded MS-65 or higher, are far less common, leading collectors to seek out well-preserved specimens. The value of a 1998 quarter depends largely on its condition. Circulated, fine to very fine, 25 to 50 cents, extremely fine, XF40 to XF45, $1 to $3, uncirculated, MS60 to MS64, $5 to $10, mint state, MS65 and above, $20 to $50, plus error varieties, can range from $50 to several $100. While a standard circulated 1998 quarter doesn't hold much premium over face value, high-grade examples and error coins can be significantly more valuable. Notable errors and varieties. Despite being a modern coin, the 1998 quarter has several known error varieties that are highly sought after by collectors. Off-center strikes. Some 1998 quarters were struck off-center due to misalignment in the minting process. Depending on how far the design is shifted, these errors can be worth anywhere from $50 to $200. Clad layer missing. Some 1998 quarters are missing their outer nickel layer, exposing the copper core underneath. These dramatic errors often sell for $100 or more, depending on how much of the clad layer is missing. Broad struck errors. A broad strike occurs when the coin is struck without the retaining collar, causing it to spread out and lose its normal shape. These errors can fetch $50 to $150, depending on severity. Double die obverse. While not as pronounced as earlier double die varieties, some 1998 quarters exhibit slight doubling in the inscriptions or date. If noticeable, these can command values of $50 to $150. Die cracks and cuds. Small, die cracks appearing along the rim or on Washington's portrait can be minor, but larger die breaks, cuds, are more desirable and can raise a quarter's value significantly. The 1998 quarter is particularly interesting to collectors for several reasons. First, it marks the end of an era, as it was among the last of the standard eagle-backed Washington quarters before the 50 state quarters program began. Many collectors seek to complete full sets of Washington quarters spanning from 1932 to 1998, making high-quality 1998P examples desirable. Error collectors also show significant interest in the 1998P quarter, as several striking anomalies make for unique additions to a collection. Broad strikes, missing clad layers, and off-center strikes are some of the most sought-after varieties. Another factor that makes the 1998P quarter appealing is its availability in mint sets. Many collectors keep 1998 mint sets intact, preserving quarters in pristine condition. As a result, uncirculated 1998P quarters can still be found, but their numbers are dwindling as more collectors submit them for grading or break the sets apart. If you come across a 1998P Washington quarter, check it carefully. While common in circulation, high-quality specimens or error coins can be worth far more than face value. As the last of the classic eagle-backed quarters, the 1998P holds a special place in numismatic history and remains a key coin for collectors looking to complete their Washington quarter collections. That wraps up our deep dive into 3 of the rarest Washington quarters that might be hiding in your collection. While these coins may seem ordinary at first, condition, errors, and collector demand can make them far more valuable than their face value. Always check your change, because you never know when you might stumble upon a rare find. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Coins Numismatic series for more numismatic insights. Leave a comment below and let us know what coins you'd like us to cover next. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting.